All right, so let's start with Fat Joe on the Math Hoffa podcast, right?
Salute to the Beluga. That's why I have it a cup of Joe. This is called the cup of Joe.
You saw he dissed the FBA by calling them broke, radical, black, racist. And what did you think about when he said that?
I just thought he was the same disgusting person, Beluga, that did that to me when, I tried to tell the truth. I had a disagreement with him, try to stand up for what was righteous, talk to him like a real individual. And, he didn't want to take, he didn't want to take the blame for anything and dismisses you. So I know that feeling. He tried it with, the FBA, and they felt the same way I did. So they responded in the same way. It felt like they was being demeaned, and it felt like it was very disrespectful. So I had that feeling in my heart already, like, this is who this dude is. So he's just disgusting. He's going to show you who he is, and he showed you.
Right, because all of this comes from the whole argument that hip hop was created 50-50 by blacks and Puerto Ricans, right? Joe is upset because the FBA has been arguing against that point, and he's really upset about that. And instead of choosing his words carefully on the podcast, he acted on emotion.
It's just that I felt it was just disrespectful. You could see it. You see it. Like, who does that? Even if that's the subject, it's just as simple as just a disagreement, which is a crazy conversation to have, and it's a conversation that I would love for people to just engage in, so we can find the truth about it at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real, for sure. And not just one side, because it's what it is. Really, it's one side, and it's like nobody is really doing the 100% work to go find this out. And if it's true, which I feel, the FBA is right. It's black culture. Hip hop was created by black Americans, fundamental black Americans. Got no problem with that. I got an African side. I love that part. You know what I'm saying? I know the struggle. Why can't they have that? Like, who's going to be opposing that? Like, not me. I would never want that. But I also want to know the truth and factual truth at the end of all the research, that we could say the truth. Even if you say your Spanish people helped build it, because there was the first participants, really, the Puerto Rican culture was the first participant of spreading it and getting together and bringing the message and expanding it. You know what I'm saying? Latinos say it in a respectful way. I think everything should be said in a respectful way in the timeline which it was created in. Not in the throwing it in your face, not in the, you know what I'm saying? Not in the demeaning the other person or the other culture. We already had this. Because, that bond and that unity that hip-hop was at that time, which I came in as a foreigner. I came in as an outsider. You know what I'm saying? I came here really from Cuba, from a boat. You know what I'm saying? From 1980, my Rio boat lift. You know what I'm saying? Without knowing English. So I landed in Miami, stood in Miami for 6 months. I went to Puerto Rico for 4 years. I got to the Bronx when I was 9 years old. So in 1984, I was out here. And without knowing English as a little kid, that was a foreigner, the black folk embraced me and took me in. Walk with my man Carl to school. He'll walk me to school. He was a little older, but he already, you know what I'm saying? It was a black folk without even me know how to, like, you know what I'm saying, engage in a conversation all the way with the English. The black love was there. You know,
they welcomed you.
Yeah, the black love was there. The culture, after me being living in a neighborhood 163rd, between 163rd and 164th and Sheridan, which is Latino and black all day. You know what I'm saying? It was that time that unity was at its strongest. Even the drug dealers in the corner, we knew them and they knew us, but they were protectors of the block. You know what I'm saying? There was dudes that, that engaged in the community to protect it, to chase pedophiles and rapists away. I witnessed that. You know what I'm saying? To embrace, and the love was there. Even though, of course, it's personal problems. You get personal with certain things, but that's just neighborhood stuff. But at the end of the day, the message of Black and Latino love and the unity, from school too. It was black and Latinos all day. From hip hop, from the jams that was thrown over there. It was a melting pot of people getting together at the end. That was the biggest message, more than anything that we had different about each other. It was more about the same qualities and sharing our cultures, which, made hip hop a beautiful place to be a part of. You know what I'm saying? And be living in a beautiful thing to take part of. And it was a very inviting culture where, if it wasn't for that element, I don't think hip hop would have, lasted as long as it has.
So it was a welcoming culture that allowed others to participate in, which in return elevated the culture.
But remember, it was earned too. It was earned. I don't think that it's just like, you know what I'm saying? It definitely earned. And there was certain individuals picked because they were real individuals, because, whoever, you know what I'm saying? Whoever had that created it, which whatever black folk created it, everybody at that time was street. It's a street culture. You know what I'm saying? When I came, it was a street culture. Like, our parents was like, yo, don't walk like that. Why are you spinning in your head like that? Like, it was new, like, to the older Latino parents and even black folk, the parents, they didn't understand this. It was like rebels. We were rebels. Revolt. It's like we was revolting. It was street culture. It was looked down upon by everybody. So the youth and the streets cultivated hip hop. It was founded on the streets of New York and the Bronx specifically. I think we can all agree that. You know what I'm saying? And if you start agreeing with like that and start opening the history pages, I think it's going to lead us to where I think we all know at the end of the day, that black culture, black folk created hip hop. Spanish, Latino brothers, mainly the Puerto Ricans, helped build it along with them. And then, you got the Caribbeans, of course. I'm talking when I say Spanish, Latino, I bring the Caribbean, Jamaicans, and all of that with us too. You know what I'm saying? Sprinkles, though, too little to be the majority. The majority was the black, culture.
Right.
100%. And it was street black culture. You know what I'm saying?